So, are you ready?
I hope so.
All right, please begin.
Okay, so today is my very last day of public school. You know, over 13 years of hard work and a bunch of other stuff, making friends and whatnot, it's all coming to an end today. But one of the things that I can't stop thinking about is just all the really rough things I've been through. For example, when I got my glasses in kindergarten, I was like 6 years old or something, so it was like towards the end of the year. But on the day I got my glasses, one of the kids in the lunchroom he went up to my face and he called me Four Eyes, which I was confused when I heard it because I didn't understand what it meant. What the heck is four eyes? What does that mean at all, really? But it wasn't until one of my friends told me that it was an insult that I realized, oh crap, I've been insulted. But, you know, it did get worse, and I'm going to explain how that got worse. When I moved to Germany in 2004, I started school at this place called Heineberg Elementary. It was like that following Monday because we left on that Saturday. And much to my eventual dismay, like every day going to that school just became synonymous with hell. Because every single day, people refused to talk to me. They treated me like I had some sort of disease or whatnot. I remember one time in 4th grade, like they had this thing called the Martinez shot, which if you don't know what that is, I'll be happy to demonstrate. What they would do is, there was this line of kids, and there was this guy giving these shots, and what they would do, they would take a mechanical pencil and they'd make a mark with their arm and say, there, now I'm protected against you. And so one day, like I wanted to get one for myself, because if there is this horrible thing I have, I want to be rid of it so that way people can actually treat me like I'm a person. I can still remember hearing this horrible mantra on the bus, because I'm sure you can still see, but I've always had buck teeth. And it just, like, for whatever reason, it just led to everyone on my school bus just keep on calling me Bucktooth Beaver, Bucktooth Beaver, Bucktooth Beaver every single day. And I still hear it, even when I don't want to hear it. It never leaves me. It still is a part of me, as much as these damned teeth are still a part of me. And it didn't even stop there. I remember one time, well, I don't really remember anymore, but it was written down somewhere. There was one point where I was picked on so harshly and so continuously that I hid under a table and cried. And none of the kids stopped. And the teacher didn't do a single thing to help me. You have to understand, when you're only 9 years old and you're still learning about the world, you want to embrace it with open arms, and you want to think that everything's happy, and when you see people just treating you like you don't even exist. So anyway, after 3 years of that, I moved out here and I started school at Narrows View. Things got worse. Really, they did. Eventually everyone in my homeroom class they were all picking on me over stupid things, and they were mocking me. And even the Beaver mantra followed me there. And there was one point when I was at recess and I almost got beat up by 3 kids who didn't like me. I could have died. But my friend saved me from that. And then, from then on out, people just kept on stealing my things from me. My pencils, the things I needed for the day, my paper. When someone wants to borrow something from me, they never give it back. It even still happens now. In 10th grade, high school, someone stole my DS from me, right from under my nose, and I didn't even know it till I was about to get off the bus home. And so when I tried to talk to the staff about it, they said, we can't help you. We only do it when it's in the hour. They couldn't go through the security footage. They really couldn't do anything. Now that kid's out there having the time of his life with something they didn't even pay for. That was a Christmas gift by my stepfather. Because of all of that, and believe me, there are so many details I'm leaving out here for the sake of time. But because of all of that, to this day, I still suffer from mild social anxiety, and I struggle with depression on a constant basis. I contemplate suicide maybe 5 times a month. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that comes out to maybe once or twice a week. And when you give that to the entire year, that's like 60 times a year I think about suicide. And that's just the average. Things have gotten better though. I've met so many great people and they've helped me out through so many things. And I barely even get picked on anymore. But the thing that still bothers me is that there still are kids who are being bullied at school. And they're gonna have to go through that process of thinking that everyone is horrible. And they're going to end up struggling with depression, suicide, social anxiety. They'll just be completely secluded from the world just because some people don't understand that not everyone was created equal. Even one of my a lot of my friends I know were bullied when they were kids. Like my best friend, he was from New York. Oh my God, I don't even know how he survived. This kid got beat up every day. He almost got his ears torn off at school. He got a swirly in the bathroom, and because of that, he got diabetes, which he still has today, type 1. And even now, he cringes whenever he hears the N-word, because he kept on being called that by other people of his own race. He's black. So you have to understand, he hasn't had it easy either, and many other kids are just like us, going through bullying and such pain all the time, every day. My advice, don't let kids have it rough in school, because some of those kids, they're going to end up killing themselves because they just don't feel like anything matters. They feel like nobody cares for them. Bottom line is that school is a place where we're supposed to learn how to succeed in life, not a place to suffer and to think about how you're going to end that life.